Hi there, everyone. How you doing? It's Jeff C. It is Wednesday, March the 19th, and going back into Sandy Hook again. Of course, there's been quite a firestorm that has been unleashed over the past week or so, dealing with Sandy Hook, dealing with Wolfgang Halbig in particular. Like many people who, first heard about Wolfgang through the AFP interview that he gave, I was quick to jump on board and offer my support. I worked hard to put up videos because I have to actually edit videos and take out sections in order to fit them on the main page for 15 minutes. So I actually spent quite a bit of time editing his video or his interview dealing with AFP in order that it could get more ears. I also did a video in which I read out one of his letters in order to give more support, and I was saying people should support this guy. Now, in light of all the sort of questions that have, come about, other people who have looked into it, this is how the movement works, and this is how good movements work, is that there's a lot of different people looking at a lot of different things. That's one of the things I've always been impressed about Sandy Hook. I mean, there's nobody that has a monopoly on information dealing with this affair. In fact, you could find so many even small channels on places like YouTube that have wonderful, wonderful videos that they've worked on and give great insight. And because there's an endless amount of rabbit holes dealing with Sandy Hook, because the whole thing is a giant hoax, you could literally lose yourself in one of those and maybe never even come out. I don't know. But what I'm here to talk about, a few things. I mean, this is all about Wolfgang and what's been going on. Now, James Tracy, who I have a lot of respect for, one of the few guys, I mean, was he the only professor in all of North America that came out and called Sandy Hook a hoax? And he also called the Boston bombing a hoax, and I believe the Navy Yard shooting. That took a lot of courage. He lost a lot of friends. He got suspended, I believe, from his Florida Atlantic University. I believe that's the university he works at. So, and his life, I guess, has never been quite the same since then. A lot of his friends, a lot of people that he used to socialize with, don't talk to him anymore. I mean, I think we're all kind of like that in a way. I mean, I know that's for sure with me. You're not supposed to question the official stories, right? We know that. You're supposed to be a good sheeple. So today, he has posted this entry into his blog, Wolfgang's Bad Company. And he describes how he got suckered in here. And I remember this because I actually covered it. Now, this is one of these videos, and I'm one of these guys. Look, if I make a mistake, I'll own up to it. I mean, people that follow my channel know that. I'm not afraid at all to say, well, I was wrong on that, or take down videos. I've taken down at least a dozen videos, maybe more, over the last couple of years of running Free Radio Revolution. And I have no problem with that because I'm not here to get views other than trying to wake people up, and the more people watching means the more people that are awake. But I'm not making money or profit off this, and I'm just doing it to try to help our world and try to prevent this new world order from destroying our futures. So when what he talks about here, and I'll read a bit of this now. For 2 months, Wolfgang Halbig has made the rounds on alternative media outlets to try to explain his doubts on the official narrative of the Sandy Hook massacre. Now, the apparently well-intentioned school safety expert has proceeded to establish an online presence where he has raised over $10,000 towards achieving Sandy Hook justice. An appearance before the Newton School Board is tentatively scheduled, where Mr. Halbig will go publicly demonstrate his indignation towards a cover-up. Now, he gets into his sort of thing here in early 2013. Major and alternative news media alike were beating at a path to my door. Reporters quite literally chased me around my place of employment, hoping to obtain the scoop on the wacko academic who might recant on his observation that the incident in Newtown was likely a big fraud. Even Anderson Cooper fussed on national television that such an individual was employed at a taxpayer-funded institution. Yes, I covered that, and I really ripped into Anderson CIA Vanderbilt Cooper and said this guy was nothing but a CIA plant or New World Order agent working for CNN, but that's what CNN is, right? Shortly after this flurry of attention, certain parties contacted me and essentially proposed that they become my handlers. The idea was that I would be a public face of a detailed independent investigation into Sandy Hook episode. For hours, they attempted to convince me that the Sandy Hook actors were in fact members of the Greenberg family clan. Subsequently, they produced a professional-looking report that I was to tout. I remember he put this report up on his page, and I covered it because it was like, wow, who is this? And then right away, all the information people were writing in saying this group doesn't exist or has no real identity, is a fraud. I became increasingly doubtful of the thesis and how it might prove productive. My suspicion turned to alarm when parties suggested that vigilante justice be visited upon the alleged Sandy Hook perpetrators. Even worse, a website was developed for the investigation that came dangerously close in name and terminology to mirroring a federal law enforcement agency calling itself, yes, the U.S. Intelligence Information Center. Yes, I remember. I covered this. I made a video on it. And that turned out to be a total hoax. And using jargon as suspects and persons of interest, the individual then proceeded to essentially speak for me, posting the report and my name to social media sites. It was at this time that I sent the following email and discontinued further communication. Here he is. I was unaware that you posted the report on and included my name and institutional affiliation. This was done without my approval, as was the posting of Sandy Hook Massacre timeline on my website you created. I am going to have to ask you that things slow down and that my attorney review any further activity by you in which you use my name in any way. I ask you to please not use my aforementioned timeline. And the name of the organization, U.S. Intelligence Information and website, here it is. I don't know if it's still there. I'll take a quick look. Doesn't appear to be. Okay. I cannot at this time approve or lend my support. The use of the title U.S. Intelligence Information Center and terms such as suspects and persons of interest are tantamount to impersonating law enforcement and can likely cause a great deal of trouble for all involved. Sincerely, James Tracy. So this thing is gone now, as you can see. It was a fraud, and they tried to sucker Jim Tracy into it, okay? And what he refers to here is cognitive infiltrators. Those in the 9/11 Truth Movement are aware of cognitive infiltrators who are only too happy to harness a loose cannon or two that will sabotage or otherwise hinder the genuine remedy of collective intelligence. I am aware that at least one of the parties who misinformed me is now operating as Wolfgang Halbig's handler. Red flag. All right? This is James Tracy that's telling you this. This guy is legit. And he is one of the only professor that I can think of in all of North America that actually put his job on the line to come out and stand up for the truth. This is unfortunate because despite Halbig's awkwardness, the overall thrust of his inquiry, legally interrogating the officials overseeing the Sandy Hook event, is a logical next step towards better understanding what took place in Newtown 15 months ago. Yet, my previous experiences indicate that such individuals will likely proceed to lead Mr. Halbig down blind or deceiving alleys that in the end will only serve to further undermine a genuine pursuit of truth. Okay? It's time for the alarm bells to ring. It's time for Mr. Halbig to step back, stop asking for money, take a little bit of time, address all these questions, and reveal who his handlers are and what exactly is going on. Now, he could be completely innocent. And it bothers me when people here, where's my video here? Yeah. My video that I did here is Wolfgang H. Albrig, a frog. Fraud, right? Troubling evidence suggests there may be reason for, caution may be needed, right? I thought that was a fair assessment of what was going on. It was really more or less a kind of video saying, you better check out these videos. These other Sandy Hook truthers who I know are on the ball, who I know are genuine. I know Team Wake Up is genuine. I know Kate Slate. I know, what's his name there? Brendan Hunt, who actually went to Sandy Hook and interviewed and got the only footage of the school and all this stuff. These are real people. They have put a lot of time into it. And as myself, all right? And I have devoted hundreds, if not over 1,000 hours of my life into trying to spread the information, trying to wake people up to the fraud that is Sandy Hook. Now, my latest video here is getting these people writing in all of a sudden. There's a lot of comments, right? And I was very fair on this video. I did not call Halbig a fraud. I said, the jury's still out. I don't know. He could be honest. He could be trying to make money. He could be confused. He could be misled. All these different things, right? My mind is open. I like to accept people. I actually said that. I didn't criticize him for his grammar. I said, well, I try to, there's a lot of smart people that have bad grammar. They just weren't schooled in that area, So I didn't get them on those things. But nonetheless, the attacks come out. Now, I explained how I removed my Halbig videos because I didn't want to mislead anyone until I was certain that Halbig was not a disinfo agent or somebody trying to sabotage or being handled by nefarious sources who are using his honest nature to try to corrupt the movement. It's very possible, just like James Tracy states here, the same people, all right? It's the same people that were involved in trying to dupe James Tracy and trying to use him to sabotage the movement. So I didn't do anything wrong by putting up this video. I think I did a lot right. I just said caution is needed. Now you can watch my videos. You can watch Team Wake Up and X-Ray Ultra and make up your own opinion. And you say, well, I don't believe those guys. I believe Wolfgang's real. Then go ahead, give your money. But at least if you saw my video and those videos, then you would at least have heard the caution, the warning signs, the people that doubt or the people that that believe he is a fraud, like Brendan, all right? So look at this comment here by IceKen456, which is highly suspicious. You remove Halbig's videos. Why? If you don't trust the guy, then okay. But why remove Halbig's interviews? He has some relevant points to bring up. Halbig is not a conspiracy theorist. Yes, he is. We all are. All right? We all are. Come on. If you're going against the grain, you're a conspiracy theorist. Let's not play games. He's just an average guy. If anyone is controlled opposition, it is this channel. That is just hilarious, I mean, you obviously have no clue about my channel because I've covered every frickin' false flag under the sun and then some. All right? And I've never made a cent off it. I have no motivation other than trying to get the truth across. But, there's always going to be people making these stupid fucking, bullshit opinions. Removing videos, that's censorship. A real investigator lets the viewers decide this channel wants to discredit Halbig. A real investigator hides videos, never hides videos or censors information. Always remember that. Yeah, okay? So let's look on his page here. And here it is. He's got nothing. No recent activity, no subscribers. About. Can we see if he's got anything about him? I'm sorry, my internet is a little bit slow. There's nothing. 0 subscribers. And he joined May the 4th. So just another disinfo agent here working and trying to muddy the waters. I responded, and I get angry when people start questioning my integrity. My integrity is written in stone. You can see how long I've been covering Sandy Hook. I've been covering Sandy Hook as long as anyone. All right? And if you ever need proof of that, then just go and see my video here that I did with Greg on December. Actually, we did it on the 18th. I didn't get it up till the 19th. And I called an emergency session with Greg to say that I believe that Sandy Hook, the Aurora, the Dark Knight Rises, the Robbie Parker, all that shit it's a false flag. And that's when I called it. December 19th, which was effectively December the 18th, 4 days after the event. Okay? So don't come and tell me that I'm a disinfo agent or that I haven't done anything. And I've had my videos censored, my view counts frozen. I've had videos that will not turn up for the life of anything on any YouTube search, right? We had one of the first videos that went viral dealing with Sandy Hook, had 350,000 views in 1 week, and then was frozen solid. And then all kinds of, I won't go on about that, right? Here it is. You are 100% wrong. I don't have any obligation to post Halbig's interviews, and there's plenty of others who have uploaded them. Moreover, if Halbig is controlled opposition or he's a profiteer, then I'm certainly not going to help him. Fact is, Halbig, you and I are all conspiracy theorists, whether we like it or not, just for questioning the official version. Lastly, I called Sandy Hook a hoax on December 19th, 4 days after the event. I've done over 50 videos on it that have been seen by millions. Who the hell are you to tell me what I can or can't do? Show me how much more work Halbig has done than me. Prove it to me, right? If Halbig is honest, maybe he wouldn't even be here if it weren't for the likes of me and Team Wake 'em Up and X-Ray Ultra and Kate Slate and all the other awesome truthers like James Tracy that have worked hard, Sophia Storm. Here's another one that I got. Whatever anyone thinks of Wolfgang Halbig, it cannot be denied that he is raising awareness on Sandy Hook to a new level. A strange strategy if he was not an insider. It's not a strange strategy. We've seen this before. We've seen it many times. It's often how it works. If he was asking ridiculous questions, it would be different, but he's not. Well, some of them are kind of ridiculous. But he is openly raising money to hire lawyers. We don't know that. To think the legal system is the way to justice might be naive to some, but he believes this is the way to go. He is open about his reasons and absolutely desperate to ensure transparency in how the money is spent and accounted for. Yeah, really? This is a red flag for some, but the bottom line is if you don't agree, then don't send. I'm going to make this bigger because my eyes are hurting. I believe he is genuine and well-intentioned, but he now finds himself swimming in a sea of sharks, and it is a tough place to be. I find it interesting that most of the videos made to discredit him or answer his questions are made by those who support the dead kid's crazy Adam Lanza story. Really? Really? Team Wake 'em Up? Brendan Hunt? Kate Slate? No, none of those people do, okay? So forget about it. Perhaps Wolfgang, with his no dead kids assertion, will weed out the truth trolls from the Sandy Hook movement, right? The truth trolls. He has reached millions of new ears in recent weeks, and those who are now asking, those people are now asking questions themselves. Well, as I said, he might have reached millions. I would doubt that number because you look at the top views on it. He's on possible disinfo channels like Alex Jones, which is very suspicious. Doesn't come to James Tracy, doesn't come to people like me or Team Wake 'em Up. He goes to Alex Jones, who has never supported Sandy Hook and still believes that children died, okay? So how are you really helping things New Year's? And beyond that point, without all the work that people have done, like myself, like Team Wake 'em Up, like Kate Slate, like James Tracy, like everyone else who has plugged away and worked their asses off, there wouldn't be anybody else coming forth. So rather than making videos trying to discredit him, I was not trying to discredit him. I was trying to raise awareness. Why not accept the increased awareness as a positive? Well, I do in some ways. It smacks of jealousy at best, trying to take... Why would it be jealousy? If I went through all the trouble to put up his videos, if I spent hours editing and trying to get as many people to listen to what he was saying, how on earth could I be jealous? Are you fucking kidding me? This is the stupidest thing I've read all day. Trying to take the investigation away from the facts at worst. Some might say that they debunk nothing, only to serve those with something to hide as they attempt to provide answers to questions that require official responses, thereby leaving the authorities with the opportunity to further trip themselves up. Making such videos only leaves them open to accusations of troll, as they discredit legitimate inquiry attempts and attempt to nullify a very obvious threat. The fact that most of these Halbig debunkers still believe the characters Lanza and the children were real is a massive red flag, when recent evidence would suggest that these characters were all faked and never existed. The Super Bowl videos and Andrew Solomon CFR interview confirm this. Well, that doesn't confirm anything because it's not 100%. But you know, you look on this guy's page and it's quite funny and troubling, because here he is liking Team Wake 'em Up, right? He liked this video. Well, Team Wake 'em Up has been one of the guys that has been calling out this whole thing, if you're confused, right? Why I'm not donating to Wolfgang Halbig. So you're supporting this guy, and now you're coming around and attacking me, which is just absurd, because all I was saying is check out Team Wake 'em Up. Everyone should check out this video here. Why I'm not donating. You definitely should check out this video. He's done an amazing job, as he always does. He's one of the most solid guys around covering this. And this asshole is claiming to criticize me and others for questioning Halbig. And I was one of the easiest going on Halbig. I mean, I was very polite, and I said I didn't call him a fraud. I said my mind is still open. But nonetheless, after all this, people have to wake up. These people that come on and start posting these things and start trying to turn us all against each other, those are the disinfo trolls that are out there. The people that have been on board and been calling Sandy Hook a hoax from going back, like myself, to December of 2012, you know, you can't get away with coming after us and calling us disinfo. All right? It's just the biggest insult ever, because you know what? Without people like myself on board and pushing and working my ass off night after night to fucking expose this thing, there wouldn't be a Sandy Hook truth movement. All right? And that's a fucking fact. So take your bullshit and shove it.